ISIS has claimed responsibility for the deadly bomb attack at the entrance to a Kabul mosque over the weekend. The blast killed at least 5 civilians. It is the deadliest attack in the Afghan capital since U.S. forces withdrew at the end of August. Taliban officials say they've arrested 3 people so far. For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab. Hi, Imtiaz. So the investigation into this attack is ongoing, even as ISIS claims responsibility. What are you learning about it?
Hey, Tanya, good to talk to you. That's right. This is a really fluid situation. But as we've been reporting, ISIS has now claimed responsibility. ISIS-K has now claimed responsibility for this suicide bomb attack at the Eidgah Mosque. Now, the Eidgah Mosque is a sprawling complex. It's a place I've visited in the past. It is quite heavily secure. And as we've been reporting, it was a memorial service for the spokesperson of the Taliban, for his mother, that was targeted in this explosion in which 5 people were killed and a number of people were injured. Now, the Taliban has said in the last sort of 20 some odd hours or so that they've carried out an operation in the north of Kabul, in the sort of 17th district of Kabul, in which they targeted, quote, ISIS elements. We've seen images of a house on fire, and we've heard from eyewitnesses on the ground who said that they heard large explosions and indeed some sort of confrontation going. The Taliban saying that they, quote, neutralized at least 3 members of ISIS-K. But again, we don't have any independent verification of this. Of course, the reality is that the Taliban is now firmly in control, and we only have to look back at the last horrific attack that was carried out by ISIS-K. That was in August of this year, in which 13 U.S. soldiers and nearly 200 Afghans were killed. The U.S. carried a drone strike following that attack, targeting what they said was ISIS-K, but it later turned out to be an aid worker working for an American aid company and several children as well. Tanya.
And Imtiaz, remind our viewers the difference between ISIS, as most people know it, and ISIS-K, this rather new offshoot. And also tell us what the possibility is of further sort of military conflict between ISIS-K and the Taliban in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Tanya, and it's something I think that needs a bit of unpicking. You know, ISIS, as we know it, is that horrific group that was in Iraq and Syria and managed to seize a huge amount of territory and was essentially defeated militarily just about a year ago. But in Afghanistan, ISIS-K is essentially its regional offshoot. ISIS-K is essentially made up of defectors from the Afghan Taliban, the Pakistan Taliban, and a group known as the Haqqani Network. Now, the Haqqani Network was a brutal Afghan insurgency group responsible for some of the most horrific attacks against U.S. And coalition forces and indeed Afghan civilians. The Haqqani Network and the Taliban are essentially now the interim government sitting in Kabul. And so these defectors have kind of existed for a couple of years now, relatively small numbers, but they have been growing. We understand that there's around 10,000 of them. Their stronghold is in an area called Jalalabad, which is in the east of the country. And one of their enemies is the Taliban and the Haqqani Network, because essentially their view is that the Taliban, the Haqqani Network, this new Afghan leadership, for lack of a better phrase, just frankly isn't extreme enough, that they aren't essentially purists in the way that they would see it and see them as legitimate targets. Now, the Taliban has been saying that ISIS-K is not a threat, that it doesn't have a huge amount of support, but the reality is, following this attack at this mosque in Kabul, we also know that there have been a number of other attacks in places like Kunar province, in Parwan province as well. And so the reality is that we can expect more confrontations between ISIS-K and the Taliban as these attacks only seem to be ongoing. But one last thing very quickly, what's interesting about the Taliban and the fact that they're sort of trying to downplay the threat of ISIS-K, at the same time, they're reaching out to ISIS-K saying, hey, listen, We managed to force Western forces out of here. We are now the government. Why are you targeting us? And the short answer is that ISIS-K, again, just does not see the Taliban as extreme enough, and it does seem like this fighting is only going to continue. Tanya.
Imtiaz Tyab, thank you so much, and thank you for all that background. We appreciate it.